Hello everybody, I wanted to turn the camera on for a minute and show you once again how I package up a gun. Got it laid out here in kind of a cramped space next to this tarp shelter, so that's billowing around, and got the canoe roof racks over there in the way of the view, but it's enough space for me to do what I gotta do. And what I do, how I package a gun for shipping, and I haven't had one damaged yet, is take the action out of the stock, put the trigger guard back on the action to protect the trigger if it has a trigger. This one did not have, it's got like a competition trigger and it had been previously removed, so in this case I left the trigger guard on the stock for a different, more complicated reason. But in general, if the trigger guard is part of the action, if the trigger is part of the action, put the guard back on the action to protect it. Then wrap the action and the wood in paper towel. Then wrap them in bubble wrap. Then tape the two bundles together. Then I cut small strips of bubble wrap, kind of long, and wrap them around as two bands in order to create the necessary 2 inches of clearance in order for the UPS insurance to pay off. I go for 3, or this is probably a little bit fatter even than 3 inches. I just really want to make sure that if something really bad happens, that the insurance will in fact pay off. So now what I do is I take that bundle and roll it up in a sheet of cardboard and then stuff some more bubble wrap on the ends in order to get the 2-3 inches of clearance on the ends. Trim off any excess cardboard off of that tube and trace and cut a couple of end caps and tape them on, and I'll turn the camera back on and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so I got it packaged up. Had to chase the sun around the yard. So now you can see my retaining wall project behind me. It's never ending. So what I did is I put 2 or 3 inches of bubble wrap on the first end and cut a piece of cardboard, traced a piece of cardboard and cut it to fit and taped it on. Then turned it onto that end, made sure it was well seated, added a few more inches of bubble wrap on this end, measured down as to how far I had to cut the cardboard off, and made marks all the way around, and then I cut it off with a keyhole saw, and then traced and cut another piece of cardboard for this end. And then these, the ends, the tape gets wrapped over this way, all over, so that this is, pretty much solid tape. And then 2 or 3 bands around this way, all the way around, to hold all those cut ends down. Prior to that there was a seam tape, and then as these go around, those help hold the seam tape on, and then more bands of tape all the way down, and that's it. It did not come out as a perfect round shape. I don't see that as a problem. It folds however it wants to fold, and I'm not going to fight it. I used to take the time to measure and cut straight line, or score straight lines and make an actual rectangular box shape, but I don't think it's worth the effort. There's 3 layers thick of cardboard on this. It's really robust and not too heavy. Sometimes people use gun cases to ship a gun in the mail. I don't think that's all that safe a method. I don't ship them back in the gun case. And also a wood box is a good idea. You use 1/4 inch plywood and 2x4s and make a wood box, then more 2x4 blocking inside to hold the gun in place and wrap it in cloth or bubble. That's commonly used shipping of lawn firearms, but I'm shipping one right now. It's 45 pounds, $75. So there's that part. This is fairly light, could be really robust. If you can drop kick it across the room without fear, you'll know it'll survive the trip to you. So, or to whoever you're sending it to. Okay, that's all I got. Off to the shipping store now.